Good night, everyone. Tonight, God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Sonia Jones Speaks. I'm going to give you a little shout news on tonight. And the title going to be 911. 911 dispatch. Accused of hanging a phone up. Buffalo shooting. This is old news. So top employees say 911 operator yelling at her because she whispering, asking her, why are you whispering? And she said something crazy, and then she hung the phone up during the call to report an active shooting inside Buffalo store. So WGRZ Michael Wooden report the shooter are going on while she's on the phone. You know, so with dispatcher, the reason why she whispering, the dispatcher would start yelling at her, saying, why you whispering? And she whispering because they're shooting. She didn't want the shooter to hear her talking on the phone, trying to call the police. So she stated that she's scared for her life. And she whispering, trying to tell her this, I'm scared for my life. She started yelling, talking about, why are you whispering? You know, um, so she said she's scared for her life. And she said the lady said something crazy after she said that, and next thing you know, she said a lady, the dispatcher, hung the phone up. You know, she hung the phone up in her face. So she said then she had to call her boyfriend to call 911. And the police were there in 2 minutes. So 911 call are rarely released to the it's ever released to the public because she made a statement that she hung the phone up in her face. Once you got a complaint and stuff like that, they're gonna have to pull that up. So the county which runs the 911 communication center, you know, the police service confirmed that this had been investigated. Said they've been investigated. And quote, immediate action, was taken, and the individual who took that call is now on administration leave pending a discipline hearing, which should happen within a couple of weeks. you know. So that's good. They jump on this case soon as possible. You, you know, she on leave right now because they're investigating. Then they're in a powder pull. That's why they had pulled off the call. So the police after her boyfriend called, the police were there in 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes. When she been trying to call the police, when the dispatcher just asking her so many questions of why you whispering when she trying to whisper because the shooter was right there shooting. She didn't want the shooter to hear. So one I have 911 dispatcher. It's a higher position. It meaning life and death. So when someone call a dispatch, meaning life and death. So you got to get the proper information quick as possible because you don't know somebody bleeding, you don't know somebody's half dying. Like I said, a dispatcher job is a higher position. So you have to think quick and you have to answer, you have to get the proper information, and then you got to send someone out quickly. You know, so you have a high position. And that position that any 911 dispatcher, you cannot hang the phone up because you hang a phone up, you don't know you jeopardizing somebody's life. So two, people lives depend on it when they call 911. Three, when someone call 911 dispatch, you know, you have to get the proper information, and then you have to send someone over quick as possible because you don't know. Like I said, a dispatcher means you dealing with life and death. You have to think quick. So four, when they are whispering, when they call 911 and they are whispering, they're whispering for a reason. Because the shooter might be right there shooting. The robbery might be right there. Whatever the case is, they got the whisper. You know, so you are dispatcher. You got to have patience, cause you can't say crazy stuff and hooping and hollering. You have to have patience in that field. You know, that position that you have to have patience. You know, you have to, you know, 'cause a lot of time people gonna be calling, hooping and hollering and crying. You know, so you have to have patience with you have, because you have a higher position. You know, you have a higher position, meaning life and death. When somebody call you, you know, you got to be kind of nervous. Like, you know, you got to see, well, what this is about now. You know, get the proper information. You know, so you can send someone to that person quickly, and you can never hang the phone up unless you're done with the question. You know, when you is done, you can't. It's very critical for you to hang the phone up. You know, so this is the story on the 911 dispatch. Really, is for all dispatch. Never hang the phone up. You know, a person life, mean life and death. You know, once they call 911. You know, so that's all the show news I have for you on today. And remember, you take a high position like this, if you have to have patience. You have to have patience. You know, you have to, because you have to calm someone down when they call 911. You got to first. You got to get all the information that you can. You know, and then you got to try to calm that person down. You know, call first. You got to send someone out, and you got to calm that person down as possible. So you have to have patience when you're in this field right here. You know, you can't hang up. You know, you have to have patience, and you have to deal with everyone that called 911. You know, so that's all the short news I have for y'all today. And y'all have a blessed night, and I'll see y'all in the next video.